Starbucks is fighting unionization efforts at their stores, and the company appears to be willing to break the law to get there. Ring of Fire's Farron Cousins joins me now to talk about this and many other issues. And the guy I say is honestly the best voice in progressive media. I really do mean that.
Thank you.
Everybody, I say it a lot. People, I want to make the point. You're really good at what you do.
Well, thank you.
And so I appreciate that. It's a pleasure talking to you. I want to ask you about this. As I looked at this story, the most incredible thing that I found is that they've been down this road before. We've seen big corporations get spanked for doing exactly what Amazon is doing. I mean, yeah, well, I say Amazon.
Well, yeah.
Amazon's doing it, Starbucks is doing it. But I looked at this, it's their video, the things they can't do. The employees can't take videos of their shop, they can't take photos. We're going to threaten their benefits. We're going to threaten their pay raise. We're going to have surveillance. We're going to watch them with cameras, and then we're going to terminate them to set an example. Although this is Starbucks, it's Amazon all over.
Right. I mean, that actually, we have done plenty of segments where Amazon was the carbon copy. They did everything you're mentioning here, and now, of course, Starbucks says, well, hey, Amazon had some success with it. Let's try it ourselves. And so the National Labor Relations Board has hit them with this massive lawsuit, alleging at least that we know of 200 instances of breaking federal labor laws. And a lot of it, of course, does have to do with the retaliation against these employees, firing anybody who says, hey, what if we started a union? Starbucks immediately steps in and says, hey, what if you didn't have a job here anymore?
Yeah, exactly.
And even worse, last week, it was revealed that Howard Schultz, the guy that runs Starbucks, said on a call, hey, we're going to give everybody raises except the unionized workforce. Right. We're not giving them any new benefits, but I'm going to take such good care of all my other non-union employees, which, of course, that tactic, illegal, and that is seen as a form of union busting by not giving the benefits to everybody.
Okay, so his big talking point when he put all this together, the whole Starbucks pictures, we're partners. We're partners. And oh, by the way, we're one of the most progressive companies in the market. Really progressive company. So progressive has a whole new meaning if I look at what this guy did and I look what Bezos is doing with Amazon and so many of these tech companies. I mean, the tech companies plus this, it's the same foundation every time we see it. Look, people need to look. If you're watching this and you're wondering what rights do I have, the Section 7 of the NLRA tells you everything that you can and can't do. And I think it's really important that people understand this kind of thing has digressed to where you have Starbucks saying you can't even wear a pin on your shirt that talks about union, that says, I'm a member of a union, or please start a union. You can't wear a pin like that.
Well, no, you can't. But of course, you can wear your Black Lives Matter pins. You can wear your rainbow pins because we're progressive.
Yeah.
And we care about only social issues on the surface. And that's how they get away with this crap too, pretending to be progressive companies. They say, well, look at we're letting you wear these buttons. We support the LGBT community.
Yeah.
No, you don't. What you're doing is you're union busting, you're corporate, psychopaths.
Yeah.
And that's all you care about is your bottom line.
Bring your computer in, drink a latte, and you're going to be among friends.
Yeah.
Everybody in here is your partner. It's just the biggest. It's just the biggest bunk that we see this so often now, though, Farron. It's like. It comes from progressive organizations. It comes from people who really do wear that mantle. We're progressive for the very reasons that you point out. Yeah, we're good on some social issues, but where it comes to you making money, nah, we're not so progressive. All right, so the National Labor Board has uncovered even more evidence against Amazon trying to bust up unions. Now, you raised this to me, and I just think you were completely correct. This tells me maybe that we shouldn't be giving $10 billion to the folks running Amazon, which is what we've done. We gave Bezos, the government, just a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
Gave him $10 billion. And he, at this point, is probably one of the premier union busters in the country. And we shouldn't reward that. I think Bernie Sanders came out and said, this is crazy.
Yeah, Bernie's about the only one who says, wake up, people. This is insanity. Giving this company billions of dollars while they're spending millions to bust up these unions. And of course, what we've found now is, or the Labor Board found, is Amazon is sitting there threatening their employees with wage cuts if they vote to form a union. And of course, they're doing it in their very corporate lawyery kind of way, saying, well, we're going to have to drop you all down to the state minimum wage here if you vote to form a union, because we got to keep wages with your union contract, but that's going to take a couple years to negotiate fully. So you're down to, whatever your state's minimum wage is.
And didn't they take benefits away?
Yep.
I'm going to take
no
your
benefits.
insurance, no benefits, no. I mean, so here we got a guy that, oh, by the way, everybody's seeing it. Is he positioning himself for a run for president? I mean, that's kind of the next thing we see out of this. Out of Bezos, isn't it?
It feels like it's happening because he is starting to get more vocal about politics, whereas he hadn't necessarily been before. He's got a huge platform to back him up with the Washington Post. I mean, that used to be, look, in the early days of this country, when you owned a newspaper, you could do whatever the hell you wanted.
Not so much anymore.
Right, not so much anymore,
yeah.
but it's still a pretty big power to have behind you. Mm-hmm. And Bezos, again, with his constant interjections into politics, he's following Elon Musk, but Bezos is positioned. He's got a highly successful company, one that whether you love him or hate him, everybody uses it.
Yeah,
let's be honest. And he's got the name recognition. Biden and Trump are both horrible in the polls. Majority of voters want a third-party candidate.
Of course.
That lane is open for Bezos, and he's probably worse than both of them put together.
Kind of like, who was the guy, the third party that ran
Perot.
Ross Perot. Look, the average person out there says, well, my God, he's built a big business. He must be a smart guy. He's been to space. Let's make him president of the United States. It could happen.
They would do it.
I think that's what Bezos is up to, even though he's just trashing the possibilities of these workers having any unions at all. And it doesn't bother anybody. Let's give him $10 billion.